Hi Gemini, welcome to your week ahead horoscope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Gemini, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. They help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week this week, you have, yes, that's right, the Sun card, baby. All things lush, good, happy, beautiful and positive. Remember as well with the Sun card, if there is a burning question that you have in your heart, if there's something that you've always wanted to or needed to be answered, and it's like, I need an answer now, is it yes or no? The Sun card is always an absolute yes. So if there's a question this week that you think, you know what, I just need this question answered, what is the sign from the universe? I'm here right now giving it to you. The answer is yes. I don't know who needed to hear that, but whoever it is, there is your answer. Before we start, for those of you that are continued subbies, you know Rafi loves you, and if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and this resonates, hit that subscribe button. So for your foundation card, look at that. You got the Ace of Cups with the Sun card. So for those of you that are trying to conceive, for those of you that have been trying for a while to conceive and not been having any success, this week is your week, right? This is inception week, right? So get making those babies. Another way that this could show up for you as well, the Ace of Cups is beautiful. It's a fresh start in love, relationships, partnerships. For those of you that have had relationships that have been on the rocks, it doesn't have to just be a romantic relationship. I mean in general, if there's a relationship in your life that has been on the rocks that you've wanted to save, that combination basically says that you have all of the chances to do so. And then finally, this week, in all of the sectors of your life, find a way to put the heart of who you are into everything that you do. For your actions and options this week, you've got the Two of Pentacles. All right, so some of the decisions that you're making this week, it looks like you're getting very practical, you're getting very grounded. I mean, Gemini is ambidextrous, right? You have that natural ability and natural flair to utilize both sides of your brain, both hands, both feet. It's just route into you, and that doesn't necessarily just mean on a physical level. That can be on an intellectual level, an emotional level, maybe even a moral level every so often. But it is the Two of Pentacles, right? So this week you could uncover, or you could realize that a decision that you had made, it looks like one that you've been questioning yourself on. It's like you've made a decision and you're like, oh, you know what, I knew I shouldn't have done this. This was a big mistake, or da-da-da-da. I think this week you're going to realize that actually you made the right choice, and it wasn't a mistake. This is you really getting to grips with a choice that you've made and how that is actually going to benefit your future, which is great. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands coupled with the Sun card is sexy. It's vibrant, it's fun and flirty and enjoyable. This week is going to be flirtatious. This week is going to be fun. You may even find yourself flirting with somebody that you never even realized that you were interested in. You might find that there is a much lighter and easier energy that just permeates your world this week, which is phenomenal. Now, this could be also, because you've got the Sun card here as well, this week you could have a phenomenal idea, but this idea is only going to come to you through conversation, right? So through interacting with your peers, with your friends, with your family, with your loved ones. The more you conversate this week, just like a true Gemini, the more you conversate this week, the more likely you are to have that brilliant idea. And it's just the spark. This is something really new, possibly very novel as well, that has you kind of like, okay, actually, I think that's quite a good idea. I love this for you. I really love this for you. For those of you that are employed by somebody else, the Ace of Wands suggests that you want to bring more fun and enjoyment into the work, and this week you might get that. It just might be a much easier, lighter, more fun, more harmonious working environment than maybe you've had in a while, and I actually think this is going to be very good for you. When it comes to those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, this is you. Basically, it's like there is no plan B, there is only plan A, and this one's going to work. But this is something that you love to do, and it's like it's going to work just because you love it so much. Like there's like literally in my mind right now I'm hearing the words to a song like "You Loved Me to Life" or "You Loved Me Back to Life." I think it's Celine Dion, and that's how I feel about this. Like this week, if you work for yourself in some way, shape or form, maybe something that people told you, you know what, that's not a good idea or it will never succeed, this week you are going to prove them wrong, and I love this. For those of you that are retired or no longer working, get out and have fun. Kiss somebody, schmooze somebody, dance like nobody's watching, you know, jump in puddles, stop and smell the roses. In fact, no, stopping and smelling the roses is not Ace of Wands stuff. Sexy stuff, sexy term. is all about it. So get into it. For your love and relations, you got the Nine of Pentacles. Well, look, this is shaping up to be a phenomenal week for all of you in some way, shape or form, sun, moon or ascendant. Now, for those of you that are single, Nine of Pentacles right underneath the Two of Pentacles, this is you deciding to put yourself first in relationships. And that's not saying, right, my partner's got to buy me this and they've got to do that and they've got to look like this or drive that. It's not about that at all. This is about you being very clear on what you require to be in a relationship, what you perceive to be a healthy, loving, mutually receptive and beneficial relationship. This is you getting really honest about what that looks like for you. I think you're going to look beyond, like skin deep. But I have to tell you, if you are meeting someone this week, they are very likely to be good looking. Nine of Pentacles always brings you something beautiful, but it's something earthy and beautiful, something that you can... Maybe that's just me, I don't know. When it comes to those of you that are partnered, married or in relationships, one of the ways that this will show up for you, because you've got this Ace of Wands in the mix, so the banter is there, the fun is there, the enjoyment, the playfulness, but that Nine of Pentacles is bringing it to ground and saying, right, okay, well, we have all of that, how do we channel it into what we already have? For those of you that are partnered or in relationships, this is about taking your relationship this week. You might be having those conversations. What is the next step for us? What is the next level of our love? How do we take it to somewhere that feels even more real, like hyper real, if that were even possible? I love this. Also, when it comes to the familial tie or circles, it just looks like things are really smooth there, which is lovely. For your money and materials, you've got the Devil card. So this is the trade-off, right? You've got all of this wonderful stuff happening. You've got all of these great opportunities possibly abounding as well. But then in the finances, you've got the Devil. And this, for me, this kind of suggests that this week, the thing that you really need to watch with money is overspending. You could just be having such a good time. You could be so open and so warm to everything, and life could be treating you so well that you just don't even pay attention. It's like tap, 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 tap. That's why it's dangerous, all of this pay by tap business, because it's just so easy, right? This week, overspending, you gotta watch it, because it could just creep up on you. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, the Devil card is basically, so just like you can overdo it with the spending this week, you could overdo it with the overindulgence, especially with these two cards in the mix. Nine of Pentacles and Ace of Wands, burning the candle at both ends, partying hard, working harder, boozing and schmoozing and doing all of the other stuff as well, in the boom boom room, as they say. Just remember that our energy is finite, right? We have to get good rest, we have to look after ourselves in order to keep going. And then finally, when it comes to your home and environment, I mean, with the Nine of Pentacles here, you could, especially for those of you that are partnered, married or have families, you could just want the best of everything. And it's like, I don't care what it costs, I have to have it. Not always a bad thing. It's nice to spoil yourself, but you know, as a really poor example, gold-plated taps do the same thing as not gold-plated taps, right? It's just like, just try to find a way to have the best that you can have without depleting everything that you've got. All right, with that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.